Wholehearted. In today AM Flow, I want to share with you one thing that can help you increase your quality of life. This idea was inspired while I was creating content for a 12 weeks course that I'm going to do an alpha run in a few weeks. And I was thinking of you guys, I was connecting to you. I'm like, I want to share with them this. And maybe it's going to do something for you, to you, or through you. However, that's going to, how the flow going to work. When in the conventional sense of being a wholehearted high achiever, the quality of life is, all the external things, right? The material things, the house, the car, the relationship, all the things that we're striving to experience to give us certain feelings. So then we become very externally focused. To have some sort of measurement, how much money you have or what kind of relationship you're going to have, that determine the quality of life. And I think there's a place for it. And the piece that I'm bringing in addition to that, is the quality of life is you're in a state of being. Because as you know, at the end of the day, it's all about how you experience life in this body. And when I say in this body, I don't even say my body. I just see this as a body. So if this is not your body, it's just a body that you choose to be hosting for you to do the human experience. So then we chase for the experience, we chase for these external things, hoping that we're going to feel a certain way. And in this physical form, I think it's important to have both. In the business world, one of the things that's very popular form of measurement is KPI, key personal indicator, which I'm sure you know. And if you don't know, you can Google it, because I'm not a specialist in KPI. But KPI in short is a form of measurement. Like in business, you can measure your income, you can measure how many clients, your sale, call, all the metrics to make sure that you're on track, a very linear of measurements. So in your life, it could be your bank account, could be how much saving you put money, how your investment doing. That could be a form of KPI. It's a very practical measurement, and there is a place for that. Like I do my weekly prep every week and my monthly review every month to have a form of KPI, just so you know where you are, so you can know your progress. And one of the things I talk about a lot, and I know Jim Rohn's the one that I got this idea from, the definition of success equal to measurable progress. So some sort of measurement, right, over a reasonable amount of time. And a lot of time, being a high achiever, we get impatient, so we don't give ourselves a measurable amount of time, or we don't measure, or we measure too much, we get crazy about it, and we change the quality of life. So I'm here having this conversation with you is to not tell you not to measure a thing, not to chase material thing, not to create thing, because I think that's part of being human, is to experience these things, the joy of the process of creating, of experiencing. If that's important to you, if that's important to you, to play the game, to make a lot of money, you do that. To make a lot of impact, you do that. To do both, you do that. And to do neither, you do that. You do you, whatever works for you. And one of the things that I came up is S.U.H. It's called subjective unit of heart. It's the internal measurements. It's a measurement of your state of being. So in addition to KPI, how often are we actually measuring our state of being, our happiness? How engaged are you? How inspired are you? So one of the things that I check in with myself, and I try to influence people around me with my team, is one of the determining factor is the S.U.H. Am I inspired? Am I engaged? Am I excited about this? So for example, if I'm not feeling, if my S.U.H. is not more than a 7 or an 8 to make this video, I'm not going to do it. Or at least not at the moment. I'm not going to force myself to do it, which is the traditional way of being, right? KPI, you got to make certain amount of video over there, and you got to post on YouTube at a certain time. Yes, there's a place for that. And it's not an or, it's important that your state of being, so you can enjoy the experience. Can you imagine if I make these videos and I just resented it and dreading to make it? You can, doesn't matter how pleasant I fake it or the word come to you, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel that I'm so full of it. Right? And you probably can feel that with other people out there, that in the front, it looks really good, but you can feel something is off. It's not in alignment because it's not true. So that's my invitation to you. is to, in addition to measure your KPI, measure your S.U.H, your subjective unit of heart. Subjective meaning, come on, feeling is very subjective. You know, it's your own scale, right? Unit is just a unit from 0 to 10, or if you want to go to from 1 to 100, whatever scale work for you. You can go by color. I have an Asperger kid as my client. We measure in the scale of millions. That works for him. Basically, to have something that relative to you, so you know you're making progress. You know you have a baseline of your standards. Like for me, my baseline is, if it's 8, not even 7, 8, anything less than an 8, I'm not doing it. Even at the client I'm taking in, because I qualify my client coming in. If they're not ready, if they're not motivated at least an 8 or 9, they're not ready for me. They won't get much from me, and I don't want to waste their time and money, and I don't want to waste my time and resources with them either, because I'm a wholehearted like you. When I give 100% of myself. So when I'm committed to you, I'm committed to you. But if I don't, I want to be honest about it, right? So then give yourself that baseline, that standards that serve you, the subjective unit of heart. And that can look at many different forms. Define your own scale. Like for me, I'm measuring how much fun I have, how much engagement I'm engaged in this project, or how excited my heart is. That's my way of measurements. I use my heart as a gauge, because at the end of the day, the quality of our life is about the experience that we are experiencing inside this body, and the quality of our life is depend on the meaning we give it. And that meaning is from our thought, from the freedom of thought, the freedom of choosing, and you have that. We are not free. We in the sense of we can change life. We can change people around us. I don't have the freedom to change the weather. I can change the weather. I cannot change you. However, I could change how I want to connect to you. I could change how I want to utilize the weather. And that's the freedom I have, and that's the freedom you have. So with that freedom, use it, my friend. Use it to increase your quality of life, without thinking that you have to make that $1 million for you to be happy. You have to be in that relationship for you to be ecstatic. It will be a nice enhancement to life. I believe. I appreciate all those earthly things, right? Food, sex, relationship, all of it. So in that essence, give yourself a chance to experience that, and also be okay in all of it. Be okay that you are surplus 5 millions, and be okay that you temporarily negative 2 millions, and to be able to be grounded in yourself and to connect to your excitement and your soul path to create another 10 millions. Whatever it is, the game is your choosing, and you get to choose your own rule, how you want to play it. And that's what I have for you at this AM. And I'm actually curious of what land for you. Please share in the comments. And from that insight, what kind of action step are you going to take forward? You know, that. And also, if you have certain topic that you want me to flow with you in a future video, I would love to hear from it, because I'm here to connect with you, and I'm here in my AM with the intent to serve a purpose. And yeah, that's all I got at the moment. Thank you so much for being here and watching this to the end. I have no idea how long it's been. Oh, 9 minutes. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and set on notification, and we'll let you know when the next video come out at my AM. And if it's in your heart to feel inspired to share that with someone that is going to be life-changing for them, go for it. Because chances are, if it's true in your AM, it's going to serve someone else, and it'll serve you too. So don't delay that. All right, my friend. For now, I'm sending you a big hug from me to you, from this me package to that, and my heart to yours, and from Hawaii to wherever you are in the world. Until the next AM, aloha.